Hey guys, IHN here. Today I'm going to be trying to put together a quick video showcasing Ape Escape Superflies, how to do them, and where they're potentially relevant for Ape Escape in Archipelago. So first, what is a Superfly? A Superfly is this trick. So I will quickly demonstrate one. As you can see, you can get an extreme amount of height out of the Skyflyer under some circumstances. The requirement to execute a Superfly is step 0, have not used the Skyflyer yet in the level. Step 2, jump, use any of the Stun Club, Time Net, Slingback Shooter, or Magic Punch. Jump, use it, and then pause. Pausing is not required, but this will help with getting the timing. You can then replace that gadget with the Skyflyer, unpause and spin the stick, and get the extreme amount of height. So I'll do that again, exact same trick, but now that I've used the Skyflyer in the level, you'll see I don't get very much height at all. So it's very important that you do not use the Skyflyer in getting to the location you want to use a Superflyer, and when that's not obvious how to do so, I will be showing that as well. So the first place that a Superflyer is potentially relevant is actually this mushroom area in Thick Jungle. If you don't have a way of getting across this gap without using the Skyflyer, and you don't have a way of hitting the wheel up there, then you have no way of getting to any of the monkeys or the Specter coin in this room. However, if you're willing to do a Superflyer, you come right here, you see I did the setup, switch, go up. This gets you pretty cleanly out of bounds. You can then jump up onto this first level, run across here until you hit another invisible wall, jump up again. You can go off to the side, and on this raised ledge, and if you don't have any way of fighting the tree, you can still land right on top of this monkey and get him. And from here you can very easily get the Specter coin and the other 2 monkeys in this area. The next place Superflyer can be relevant is in Cryptic Relics. If you used the Magic Punch to get here, you would then not have the Slingback Shooter to alert the monkey that's in this cage, and so you'd have no good way of getting him out. You can't really alert him. So again, you use a Superflyer right in, and very easily get the monkey in here. The next place Superflyer is useful is actually all the way in Sushi Temple. If you don't have the sling to shoot this button, or the hoop to make it up here, then you have to do a Superflyer in order to get up high enough to reach the button. And you can see that there's plenty of spare space. You can then hit the button with anything of your choice, work your way around, and because you have the Skyflyer, it is no problem to come up here and catch this monkey. So this next Superfly in Crumbling Castle is actually one that's not currently relevant. For it to be relevant, we would need to have an option to shuffle both the water net and the time net, which would prevent you from getting through the 5 monkey door. However, for the purposes of completionism, I'm going to show that it's possible to use a Superflyer to cross this pit. That was a pretty bad Superflyer in terms of height, and I still managed to make it across, and that gives you access through here and all the way into the water area in the basement and the Specter coin down there. In fact, it gives you 2 Specter coins. So the next useful Superflyer is in the sewers in City Park. You need a really big Superflyer to get up here, but this bypasses the need for the RC car and lets you travel through the sewers forwards. This one's only for convenience, however, because the mech fly trick outside would already let you get here. Where it doesn't let you get is the Specter coin in this area, which, with a pretty careful jump, you can reach the area where the Specter coin would be that you would normally need the RC car for. And this isn't even a forced death, because you can just walk off, go through that wall which isn't solid, and then come over here, and you're back out of bounds and can either get the monkey below or continue on through the sewers. The next Superfly in Specter's factory is a pretty obvious one. I'll just demonstrate with a quick unbuffered. 1, it can be done unbuffered, and 2, you can get over this fence to get to this monkey and the Specter coin that will be back here. However, we're not done with Specter's factory yet. Let's assume that we have no way of hitting this wheel over here, and thus no way of lowering this bridge, and by extension, no way of reaching the rest of the level. Turns out that if you do a Superflyer here, you can still reach this platform where there is a monkey. You can use the Skyflyer to get onto this bridge. Jump across to this out of bounds area. You have to go to this panel on the side, because the one on the right has this invisible wall that extends up a lot higher. Once you're out of bounds, you can go up again. And I like doing this by just continually rotating the right analog stick, and eventually you navigate your way into this room behind the bridge and can continue on with the level. However, using the super flyer to progress through Specter's factory poses a new question. You still can't hit a wheel, so there's no way to lower this pipe, and it seems no way to progress to the next room. However, it turns out that if you just jump onto the wheel here, jump onto the wheel here, and use the sky flyer, then it is possible to get up here. You can get the monkey that would normally be up here. You can enter this pipe, go straight across it, get the Specter coin that would be on here, and most importantly, drop down into this section, and thus reach the conveyor room and the last room of the level. There's one more logically relevant superfly, and if you've seen any % No Infinite Jump speedruns, you already know where I'm going with this. But in Monkey Madness, if you go around this path and over here, behind this corner, do a quick superfly, then you will very easily get enough height to enter Specter early without having to do the entire climb through space. However, even though those are all of the logically relevant superflies, there are other places where superflies can be extremely convenient time saves. For example, you can use superflies in this section of Hot Springs to bypass the entire polar bear section and just not have to deal with it. And this would get you access to the Specter coin and 2 monkeys without having to, in this case, ground pound the polar bears into the ice pillars. So don't let this video be the be-all and end-all on places where you could use superflies. These are just the places where superflies can be required.